Alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back to our Legend BAGM mode Winnipeg Jets. So, I don't know if you noticed, but I took a couple of days. Not to record any GM mode, and that's because I feel like I screwed up. I feel like I screwed up big time. You know, it made me pretty upset, to be honest with you. Just the I'm not saying that comments really get to me or whatever, but I do read every single comment that I do get on every single video, whether it's HUT, GM mode, absolutely every single comment. I do read it. It pops up on my iPhone and I immediately swipe and I read every single comment. So the comments, they were pretty harsh, and it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying, don't leave hateful comments because they hurt my feelings. That's not it at all. I just felt like I made a really bad trade with the Joe Thornton thing. There's two sides to this story. One side, Joe Thornton has been playing great since he's came to our team. He's got 38 points in 47 games. He actually had 25 points in 23 games. So he's a point-a-game player for our team. That's excellent. That's great. But it's the trade, I'm going to pull up a comment here. This guy, he says, crazy unrealistic trades. Take me out of the series. And that's not what I want. I don't want to lose you guys. You guys are a huge part to this. So if you have, thought maybe I'm not going to watch anymore, give it one more chance. If I screw up once more, you can totally leave. But I agree, the Joe Thornton trade was extremely unrealistic. There's no two ways about it. This guy says 2 second-round picks, a fourth liner, and a couple prospect and grinders was not a decent trade for the biggest assist man in the league. And yeah, man, I totally get it. I agree with you 110%. But Joe Thornton is getting older. It's not like we traded for, a really young stud where we, traded some picks and some low-level prospects to get say for example, if we didn't have Mark Scheifele, trade for him. He's a perfect example. Someone who's 23, but we traded for someone who's 36 years old. He has the cap, which we need. We needed the cap because we had $16 million that was going to screw us over. It was going to make our players' cap go up. So that was my reasoning to it. And, in San Jose, they have Hurdle, Couture, they have a new breed of players coming up. So Thornton and Marlowe realistically would be on the move, maybe go to a playoff team. And we are potentially going to be a playoff team this year. So I do understand why people were hating on it, and I do apologize if you thought the trade was ridiculous. And, in a way it was, but in a way I didn't want to give up too much. 2 second-round picks, yeah, that's a little bit low. I probably could have threw in a first-round pick. He is, like you said, one of the best assist men in the league. I mean, he was a minus 22 last year. He's had a terrible year in San Jose. Why not? Why wouldn't he request a trade? 36 years old, come to a young team, mentor the young guys. I don't feel like it was that terrible of a trade. Yeah, it was kind of unrealistic, but when you look at it, he's going to mentor the young guys. He's going to mentor Andre Palat, Austin Watson, Mark Scheifele, all of these guys. He's going to mentor them into becoming NHL pros. We've got a stacked defensive core here. We're got the right keys and the right tools to be a good team. And there was another comment here who said my GM has been going downhill lately. And I'm never going to make everybody happy. I know that. I'm well aware of that. After doing YouTube for 2 years, I'm well aware. There's always been people who are criticizing you, and that's a good thing. Constructive criticism is great. That's one of the biggest things that I built my channel on, and making realistic trades is kind of hard in GM mode. I know other GM modes do it great, and I mean, props to them. But essentially, I apologize if I made you upset or anything. So it's kind of an apology, but also voicing my opinion as to why I thought the Joe Thornton move was a good move. But back to this guy's comment, said you're trying to dump trash players for a superstar. That's again Joe Thornton, 36 years old. Yes, he's a superstar, but he's aging. I can guarantee after this year he's going to drop down to like an 87 overall. And then, maybe if I was offered that trade when he's an 87 overall, would that make it more quote unquote realistic? So I know I'm never going to make everyone happy, and I completely understand that. But as for right now, Joe Thornton is on our team, and there was tons of comments saying to put him on the first line and then let Mark Scheifele have the second line minutes. And that kind of concerns me because if I'm not mistaken, Mark Scheifele is listed as a first liner, and I don't really want to, not play him as a as a first line player. I can quickly check here. Mark Scheifele is listed. He's listed. Yeah, he's a first liner. You know, I don't really want to play someone who I know is going to go down next year just because he's a higher overall. So what I think I'm going to do is play Mark Scheifele on the first line. That's where he belongs. He is the core. He is the Joe Thornton of this team. He is the up and comer. He will be Joe Thornton, if not much better, in 2 or 3 years. So we're going to keep Joe Thornton where he is. But there's tons of comments. I'm going to put Evander Kane on the second line and put Andre Palat on the first. So I will do that. Basically, that's kind of where our team is at. We still got Josh Morrissey still killing it. Let's go to the captains here. I've made a decision on what captains we are going to have going into the trade deadline and to the playoffs. So the players I give captaincies to obviously will not be traded anytime soon. We're going to keep Big Dustin Byfuglien as the captain. We got Joe Thornton as an assistant and Teemu Selanne as another assistant captain. Selanne's going to be here for a long time. Thornton, he's a leader. You got to give him the A. And Dustin Byfuglien, he's been here for forever. He's a big leader in the room. We got to keep Dustin Byfuglien as the captain. There's lots of comments telling me to keep him as the captain, so I agree with that. And now we're going to continue on with the simulation headed towards the trade deadline. I may make a trade around here. Because we play Buffalo in a couple of days after that, and I kind of want to go to Buffalo and make a trade. So there's been lots of comments for saying, make the Winnipeg Buffalo trade that went through, blah, blah, blah. But I don't want to give up on... Evander Kane quite yet. I'm still hoping he can get to the 89, 90 overall sniper. That would be amazing. You know, if not, if he stays at like an 87, you might have to look to move him. But I think getting Tyler Myers from Buffalo in exchange for Zach Bogosian makes complete sense. Bogosian's actually from Buffalo, and Tyler Myers has been in the trade rumors forever. We're actually losing a couple games here. That's not good. That's not good at all. We got to win games here. You go, 3-2 win there. We need to win as many games as possible because we're 27, 21, and 5. So that's not really the greatest record. 28, 21, and 5. I would like to be, you know, like 30 and 20. That'd be kind of nice. Let's get some more victories there. There you go. Big win there against the Maple Leafs. They made a huge move today. They acquired Olli Jokinen of all people. Of course they would. Byfuglien got 22 goals. Teemu Selanne, 40 helpers. And I think we're going to make that trade for Tyler Myers because Zach Bogosian, I mean, he's just a good stay-at-home defenseman, but for his trade value, we're on a winning streak right now. I don't know if I want to ruin this. 1, 2, 3, we're on a 5-game winning streak. You know what? I do want to make a trade before we go to Buffalo, and I know Zach Bogosian is going to be on the outs. He's a good overall, and he's a good player, but I would much rather have Tyler Myers. This guy can comment, Brandon, he says, from the Winnipeg Buffalo deal that just happened in real life, the one part that you could the one part you can make happen is Bogosian for Tyler Myers. Just imagine Buff on one pair and Myers on the other. That is ridiculous. So let's have a quick look at their trade value, see how they are. See how they match up. So obviously Zach Bogosian, been here forever, was drafted by Atlanta in 2008, been here forever. He's just a good defensive player. 85 overall, that's great. But Tyler Myers, he's 26 years old. I believe they're about the same age. You're 26, and how old are you? You're 25. He's actually 1 year older. I actually didn't even know that. He's 1 year older. They have the exact same cap. Tyler Myers has how many years left on his deal? 4 years as opposed to 5 years for Zach Bogosian. The trade makes complete sense. 26 years old, 25 years old. Myers is the perfect player, what we need right now. A two-way defenseman who can put up points. And I don't think this will go through as it is. Bogosian for Myers, I don't think that'll go through looking at the trades. If I could squeeze like a fourth in there, I mean, that's kind of a fourth and a fifth. 2 later round picks for 2 defensemen just about to enter their prime. So will this go through? Tyler Myers for Zach Bogosian. I mean, we've got 2 defensemen here, top 4, maybe top 2 defensemen. Both players need a new home. Will this trade go through? Yes, it did go through. So welcome Tyler Myers. That's going to be, I believe, one of the only moves we make, unless I decide to go ahead and boost our third line a little bit, which I'm going to have to do because TJ Gagliardi is not going to make the cut, unfortunately. So Gagliardi is probably going to be on the outs tier. Let's just make sure everything's okay. Myers, Byfuglien, Morrissey, Larson, Alexiak, Trouba, I like that a lot. Josh Morrissey's now at 81, so he's moving on up. That's good to see. 22 points this year, 12 goals. Attaboy. Make sure he's on the power play. Perfect. Myers and Trouba. That is what I like to see. Perreault, how's Perreault doing? He's got 26 points. Let's go ahead and put Austin Watson on the second line power play unit. He's having a really good year this year. We actually picked him up on waivers. He's got 20 points in 57 games on the third line. I know actually Perreault is probably doing a little bit better, but I know Austin Watson has the potential. TJ Gagliardi, so that's fine. So we made the move for Tyler Myers. Now let's go ahead and play the Buffalo Sabres here. That's probably going to be, one of the biggest moves that we are going to make. One of the larger ones, unless we decide to get rid of Evander Kane in a couple years, maybe next year, maybe at the draft. You guys can let me know about that. But thank you for letting me know about Tyler Myers. That was a perfect trade. So first period here, we got Myers versus Bogosian. They made the trip overnight to play against each other. First period, 1-1. Tyler Myers, baby, scores on Dominic Hasek, scores on his old team. There you go. That's how you make an immediate impact. And Tyler Ennis gets one for them. Period number 2, 2-1. Josh Morrissey, our defenseman, coming through clutch right now. Josh Morrissey, one of the best young offensive defensemen in the league. Mark Pysyk there makes it a 2-2 game on the power play. We've got lots of time though. 10 minutes left here. Shots are pretty even. Come on, we need bragging rights over Buffalo here. We need to win the trade. Come on, Myers, get it in OT, buddy. Oh, Grigorenko wins it in OT. That's okay. We got a point. I'm just glad that Bogosian didn't get the goal in overtime. But we did get the point, which was nice, and obviously Myers in his first game gets a huge goal, so that's always nice. So we're going to head in the trade deadline here. I'm going to use my trading block. I'm going to go ahead and look for a good third line left wing power forward. I don't want to get a sniper. I will get a playmaker, but I'm kind of looking for like a power forward. Someone like Tom Wilson from Washington would be awesome. Maybe Zach Cassian. He's more like a second liner, but some grindy player like a Steve Ott, Chris Neal type energy type guy. I think that would make our third line really nice with Austin Watson and Riley Smith. You got the playmaker, you got the sniper, and now you need a guy to go into the corners, dig out the nasty pucks out front for Austin Watson and for Riley Smith. So 32, 22, and 7. Not the worst record. Huge 5-1 victory there. That's what I'm talking about. Send our scout out here. 6 weeks in the WHL. Haven't went to the WHL yet. We got one more game here against the Anaheim Ducks before we hop into the trade deadline, and we win 3-2. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's use our trading block here. So who do we want to put up on the block? Honestly, I don't even think anyone really. If anyone would go on the block, it would be Andre Pavlik. We're going to get nothing for him. He's got 2 years left. We might just have to wait it out. But surplus, we want wants. So let's go ahead and clear all this. We want a forward who's, let's say 17 to 20. And we want someone who's kind of established. Let's say 22 to 28. That seems pretty good. Potential range, let's go 4 stars. We want a third line scorer, third line checker. Okay, we want a third line checker. Contract doesn't really matter. I do want him to have good physical category though, at least 3.5 star physical category. Pretty good skating as well. Want to be a pretty good skater. Defensively has to be at least 4 stars. Oh, did I just exit that? I just exited that. All right, so let's have a look here. What players are available? Grigorenko's I kind of want a winger, someone with not the craziest trade value, someone with a kind of a lower overall. Thomas Tatar's a sniper. Zach Cassian, 84 overall. He's got the potential. He would be really good for the third line. You know what? He's too much. We need someone with lower trade value. Don't have that much to offer here. Nick Bujestad's a prospect. We're not getting him. McMillan, I want a winger. Now we're getting into the grinders. We get into like the Russells, the Kings, McKenzie. How old's McKenzie? What's McKenzie? 25. Shahan wouldn't be bad, but he's a centerman. Silverberg, Panic. There's really no grinders. Like, I want someone like that's tough, like a Zach Cassian. Dwight King, 26. He doesn't really fit the build. This McKenzie guy, what's he? 25 years old, 6th round pick. He's decent. Curtis McKenzie. I don't really know. I thought there was going to be more available. Russil's like a third liner. Andrew Shaw would be kind of perfect. He's basically the player that we need. Just his trade value is a little bit high. I don't really have that much to offer. He's got the perfect contract, 1 year left. He's the perfect third line left winger that we need. I don't want to give up a prospect though. That's the thing. it's really not, I would love to get this guy, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Gauthier, what's he looking like? Sebastian Gauthier, 4-star, offensive defenseman. We have lots of defensive prospects. We could pull that off probably. Gauthier, that's a little bit of trade value. I mean, we're giving up prospects here, which is something that they are going to want, is obviously prospects. Kitchen, he's 80 overall, and that's another defenseman who we're not going to use. How does that look up? I mean, we got like a potential top 4 defenseman and a potential top 6 defenseman for Andrew Shaw. That probably won't go through. I'll have to maybe add a pick. I don't really want to give him a pick either. Maybe a third. Let's go. This is a realistic trade. They got a prospect who can be, a good defensive prospect once Seabrook and Keith are all gone. They got Kitchen, who they can immediately put into their bottom 6 if they really need to. He looks pretty good, actually. Look at his skating category. He's only 23 years old, and they're getting a 3rd-round pick for this year. That's a pretty good trade, in my opinion. I feel like we should add a little bit more for them. I feel like that's kind of ripping them off, and I really, want to make sure I make these trades correctly because I know you guys will jump on my neck for this. Let's give him TJ Gagliardi as well because he's gonna be the odd man out. So Gauthier, Kitchen, a 3rd, and Gagliardi for Andrew Shaw. That seems like a pretty good trade. That's using, my trading skills here. Will that go through? Yes. Yes, it did. There you go. I'm happy to accept the proposal on half of the Chicago Blackhawks, and we consider it a done deal. That's a trade I like to make. Andrew Shaw, we wanted to address our 3rd line. We got that fixed, and we still have 2 first-round picks for this year, so I feel like that was a really good trade. There you go. Andrew Shaw, Austin Watson, and Riley Smith. That is a really good 3rd line. That is an amazing 3rd line, actually. I really like that. Andrew Shaw has, the 85 defensive awareness, and he can score, too. He scored 20 goals in the past. He's only 24. That was a really good pickup. He is having a contract year, which is totally fine. Austin Watson, Riley Smith, Perreault, Lowry. I like that move a lot, guys. You guys let me know what you think about that. We can try to move Ondrej Pavelec. I don't really know if it can happen, but we can try it at the trade deadline. But I got the player who I wanted, which was Andrew Shaw, the 3rd line grinder player who we did need, and I think that's actually a really good trade. So trade negotiations here. I can honestly try to get rid of Ondrej Pavelec, but no one's going to want to take his cap. And we got Comrie coming up for next year. He's probably going to be an 82, 81 overall goalie for next year. It's like he has the trade value. That's not a problem. It's just, trying to trade for a backup. Would that go through for Justin Peters? He's listed as a backup. He's got 1 year left. That's kind of the perfect trade, but I don't think they're going to want to take his cap. If they do, that would be excellent. I would be so happy. But I don't think they're gonna take that just because of his cap. We can try. Yeah. See, I can offer like 3 first-round picks and some, and they still won't take Ondrej Pavelec. So Pavelec's gonna have to stay, and we're gonna have to get the rest of this simulation completed here. A couple trades, 2 second-round picks for Braden Coburn. He went to Anaheim, and they placed Ben Lovejoy on waivers, and LA picked Ben Lovejoy up just that quick. So let's keep on moving on here. We're going to make no moves. I can go ahead and look around, see if there's any players that are being given away, any prospects we can snag up, but I don't think we're going to make any more moves. Remember, though, to Chicago, Gauthier is a pretty good prospect. He's 4 stars, and he was a 3rd-round pick. He's going to turn out to be something pretty nice for the Hawks. So that was a pretty good move. I'm done making trades here unless someone comes at us in the last hour. Not going to happen. Let's get some more simulation done, and let's get this whole regular season over with. There's only a handful of games, so it's going to be the last game I'm going to slow sim because I don't want to make this a crazy long episode either, but first period, there you go, 1-0. Teemu Selanne shorthanded. Period number 2, 3-1. Andre Palat and our captain, Dustin Byfuglien, makes it 3-1. David Perron makes it 3-2 on James Reimer and Crosby. The Crosby and Perron combination. They are connecting, making it a 3-3 game. Come on, boys. Let's get one late. Power play. Oh, come on. Big Buff, we need you, buddy. Captain. Win it in OT. Matthew Perreault, the 4th liner, gets the OT winner. That's what I'm talking about. Getting the victories right now, that's what we need. We need that in a huge way. Teemu Selanne, 3 points. Crosby, 2 points. And Malkin, 2 points. So we're going into February. We're going into March here, and where are we? We are currently number 2 in the Central. There's no way we're catching Chicago. Not going to happen. How's Detroit doing? Damn, Detroit's doing really, really good, actually. So that's not good news for us because they have the other first-round pick that we have. We traded that. So we have the first-round pick. We've actually got rid of that for Brian Little. So we want them to tank, and we want to do pretty good. But we're definitely in a playoff position. There was a comment, and I don't remember who. I think it was, he's commented lots before. I think his name's like Rock Solid or something, but he said, why do you underestimate your team? Just because they're not a crazy overall, like you don't have like a 94 overall player, we can still put the puck in the net. We can still be a competitive team. We just beat the best team in the NHL 5-1 after getting spanked 6-0, but there's no reason why we should not be a competitive team, and I should put more trust in this team because we're a good team. On paper, we're very good. Dustin Byfuglien, 25 goals. Team with Solani, 51 helpers. We're stacked. We are a great team this year. And we're in a pretty good position to potentially make the playoffs. We're probably going to make the playoffs in year 2, which is much better than I initially anticipated, so that's awesome. 1-0 victory there, and James Reimer, he's surprised me quite a bit. We win again against the Hawks, 5-2, beat the best team in the NHL twice in 1 week. That's awesome. But James Reimer, he has held down the position as the starting goalie this year, which I didn't think he would. He really came through, and he's got 32 wins for us this year. I don't think Ondrej Pavlik's been doing anything too spectacular. So I'm happy with James Reimer. If he gets a couple upgrades overall, if he's like at 86, that'd be great. But we lost 3 in a row after beating the Hawks there. We rode that high, and now Now we lost 3 in a row. That's all right, though. We're probably going to be a playoff team. I'm hoping. Last time I checked, we were number 2 in the Central, so I think we're doing all right. Beat the New Jersey Devils there. Come on, Big Buff. Hit 30 goals, buddy. Be the first defenseman since, who was it? I believe Mike Green was the last defenseman to hit 30 goals, and then before that was like Darian Hatcher or something like that. But come on, Byfuglien. 4 goals. That's all you need, pal. That's all you need, buddy. And we continue to climb with the victories here. Get the victories now, which is great. Come stretch, every team is battling for a playoff spot. We're probably ending some people's playoff dreams here. If we can beat the Hawks again, that would be just amazing, because I know they are up there in the standings. We get spanked 7-1 there. Come back with a huge win against the Hawks. Come on, come on, come on. Andrew Shaw, oh my god, 14 goals in 2 games. James Reimer, I was just praising how sick you were, and you let 14 goals in 2 games. Oh my goodness. That's right, we come back with a victory. If we can get 45 wins, that would be awesome. Come on, against Nashville. Come on, 45, 45, 45. Yeah, 45. There we go. And now, are we going to be a playoff team? That is the question. We got to go forwards in the OHL. Let's go forwards in the O for 6 weeks. There you go. Are we going to be a playoff team? Where are we? Currently, I believe we're going to, we're 3rd in the Central, 98 points. That's awesome. Oh man, Detroit had a really good record this year. They finished 1st place. After finishing last place, they finished 1st. Brian Little shouldn't have been that much of an upgrade. They couldn't, have him have like a 50-goal year or something. That's crazy. That's nuts, actually, how they finished 1st place. I was not expecting that at all. So we're gonna have 2 pretty low picks. Maybe we could trade both of those to move up if there's a player that we want to go after. But goals, OV, are we even up there at 27 goals? Evander Kane, no. Assists, we are up there. We are number 6. There you go, Timu. Attaboy. Wins were number 1 because we did not play Ondrej Pavlik that much this year. Points, we were not up there, but Gretzky had 99. Just like his number, 3 players had 99 points. No one got the 100 point this year. That's crazy. Save percentage, we are not up there, which is fine, I guess. Goals against, we're not up there either. Okay, so I believe we made the playoffs. I just want to make sure, we are going to be a playoff team before I call off this episode. This one's kind of a long one as well. This one's crazy long as well. There we go, we did make the playoffs. It has been a great year for the Winnipeg Jets this season with 45 wins. I am very impressed with what you've achieved, and I'm hoping for more of the same moving forward. Keep it up. You got it, buddy. That is actually awesome. We made the playoffs in year 2. We accomplished what we wanted to do, and I'm glad I'm back into recording this. Had to take a couple days off. Had to think of some sort of apology, because I know you guys are pretty upset with me. So let's go ahead and check these stats stats, and then we will hop into round number 1 next episode. If you guys want me to do the playoffs, maybe do 2 rounds in one video, because I know there's been a lot of people saying, I hate when you only do 1 round per episode, blah, blah, blah. If you want me to keep it 1 round, I will. If you want me to do 2+, I will. Let me know in the comments, and then I will go from there. So, Winnipeg, we finished 7th in the NHL this year. That is awesome. Goals for, we finished number 5. Goals for per game, number 5. Goals against finished 8, so we're right around in the middle for everything, which is nice. Power play, we were 17th, not the greatest. PK, we were number 10, pretty decent. We're much better at home than we are away. 6-4-0 in our last 10. Let's quickly check the stats here, and then we will head off into the playoffs. So, Teemu Selanne was an 82-point player, point-a-game guy, 23 goals, 59 helpers, +7. That is awesome. Thank you, Teemu. You are a boss. Joe Thornton had 73 points. Now, if someone can do the math, how many points did he have when we got him, and how many points does he have now? How many did he have with our team? That would be cool. Dustin Byfuglien, 63 points. Norris Trophy? Is that a Norris Trophy winning year right there? 63 points, 26 goals, 37 helpers. He was an 8th round pick. Holy shit. But he is just a 63 points this year. Mark Scheifele had 58 points. Palat had 58. Kane only had 46. He did have 27 goals, though. Riley Smith had an excellent year on the 3rd line. Riley Smith, 41 points. Trouba had 41. There you go. Brendan Gallagher, 39 points. Josh Morrissey, 23 goals. That's why I think we should play him as a forward. But you guys are telling me, play him as a defenseman. You got to keep him where he is. 23 goals as a rookie. Only 14 helpers. I think he's more of a forward, but if you guys think he's a defenseman, I will keep him there. But the numbers do not lie. 23 goals. He could be a potential 50-goal guy. There's no question there. Tyler Myers had 30 points. Again, how many points did he have coming over? That'd be cool to figure out. Austin Watson, he didn't really have that much more points after I put him on the power play. Andrew Shaw, 24 points, +5. That's great. Bowman, Lowry, Alexiak, Larson, there you go. Everyone was a plus player except for Morrissey, -8, and Evander Kane. But Morrissey's a rookie, that's understandable. But Kane, only 46 points. He might be gone in the offseason. Goaltenders, go ahead and look at that. Yeah, look at James Reimer. His goals against average isn't great, but he went 38-21. 6 shutouts, that's a great year for James Reimer. .914 save percentage, it's not great, but it's a lot better than Andre Pavlik, 7-8, just not a very good goalie at all. So let's do one final league checkup here. It's going to be another really long episode. But goals, we already know all this. Kind of want to look at rookies and whatnot. Points, Gretzky had 100 points. Oh, I guess there was one more game than which I didn't check. So Gretzky won the Art Ross. I guess there was one more game after. So Gretzky wins the Art Ross, and Ovi wins the Rocket. Rookie goaltenders this year, Mazurek, Jack Campbell, and Calvin Pickard. Rookie skaters, Jonathan Drew, an 84 overall, 58 points, but Sam Reinhart steals the show with 64 points, 22 goals, 42 helpers. Reed Boucher, and we all know about him from past GM modes. Austin Watson was up there in the rookie scoring, so that's great. Ty Ratty, Anders Lee, Lyndon Bay. Who else we got? Stefan Matteau. Goalies, so it was obviously James Reimer had the most wins, which is great. We're actually number 2 in shutouts, which is great as well. So thank you so much for watching. Again, I apologize. I hope you are still into this GM mode, and we got some very exciting stuff coming up here in the future. We're gonna hop into round number 1 against the Minnesota Wild. It's gonna be fun. I will see you guys then.